Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to get the data from the form and use it in the cart. But before I do so, I need also to pass another input. I need to pass the ID, the product ID. So I'm going to create another input here, and I'm going to say type hidden and then name, and the name is product ID, and I'm going to say value, and the value is as usual PHP, and then echo, and then raw, and then semicolon, and then product ID. That's it. And don't forget here to close this tag, and we are good to go. Now in the cart, the most important part is here. Here, before we display the cart, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to get the data from the single page, because when you click on add to cart, we will take the user to the cart, but we need first to display the data here, to display the products that the user, or the product that the user added to the cart. We need to get it from the single product .php. So here, before we do anything, we need to use the session to do this. So I'm going to start by saying here session start, and then we need to check whether the post parameter is empty or not. So we need to use the sset function, and this sset function is going to check whether the user came to this page using the form or not. So I'm going to say here add underscore to cart, and then here else. So this basically is set post add to cart is going to check whether the user clicked on add to cart button or not. If user clicked on add to cart, then we need to move on and continue with the code. Else, it means that the user tried to get to the cart page from somewhere else, and we don't. At this point, we need to probably take the user to the previous page or do something else. So in this case, we need to do something else. Maybe take the user to another page, or maybe we can take the user to the old page or the index. We can say location index.php. So here, after we made sure that the user came to this page by clicking on this button, this button, we need now to check the session. So I'm going to say if session if is set session, and then I'm going to create a session called shopping cart, or let's say just cart for the sake of simplicity. I'm going to say cart. If session cart is, if we have a cart, if the user has already added something to the cart before, then we need just to add more to this cart. Else it means that the user it means that this is the first product that the user is attempting to add to the cart. So here I'm going to say if this is the first product, and here if user has already added a product to cart. So if user has already added something to cart, it means that the cart is not empty. If this is the first product, then we need to add it to cart as the first product. So here, the first product, the code is going to be like this. First, we need to create the session from scratch, because this is the first product. So we need here to say we need to get the data from the post request. So to get the data from the post request, we can say post, and then remember the parameters that we passed are product ID, image, name, and price. So we need to say here product underscore ID, and it's going to be equal to product ID. So product ID is going to be equal to this. And then we need to repeat the same thing for other parameters. So I'm going to copy this and paste it 3 times. Here, and here, and here. So we need product ID, we need product name, we need product price, we need product image, and we need product, I think, quantity. Product name, quantity. Quantity. And then I'm going to store these in variables. So I'm going to here create a variable called product name is equal to this. And then product price is equal to this. And then product image is equal to this. And lastly, product quantity is equal to this. Now we need to add these parameters in a single array. So I'm going to create here an array called product array. And then I'm going to say it's going to be equal to array with these keys. So we need to say product. Let me add this in a new line. First semicolon and then in a new line, so that you see the structure. I want you to recognize the structure. I'm going to say product ID is going to be equal to the product ID. And then comma, and then the product name. Product name is equal to product name. And then comma, and then product price is equal to the price. And then product image is equal to the image. And then product quantity, product quantity is equal to the product quantity. So we have all of these. Finally, we need to add this array to the session. So what I did is that I took the data from the single page, fetched them here from the post request, and then added them to separate and individual parameters, and then I collected them using this array, and then I'm going to add this array now to the session. So I'm going to create a session here. I'm going to say session with a key called cart, and in order to recognize this product, we need to give this array a unique ID. And to give this array a unique ID, we can use the product ID. So I'm going to say here product ID is going to be equal to the product array. So let me explain this. I know that this is confusing right now. Now what I did here is that I created a session, and that session is an array. So this session, let me show you the structure. So the structure is going to be, this session can store anything. So it's going to, in this case, this session is going to store an array. And in this array we have another array, which is this product array. But this product array, in order to recognize this product array, we need to give it a unique ID. So the ID is going to be the product ID. So for example, if the product ID is 2, then I'm going to store 2 with the product ID. So this is the product ID. This is going to represent the product ID. And the key is going to represent the product ID, is going to be the product ID in order to recognize this product ID, in order to recognize this product array. Because if we add more products, we need to also give them unique IDs. So for example, if I add product 3, I'm going to say 3 is equal to another array. And then if I add another product to the cart, I'm going to say, for example, 5 is equal to another array. So each array that I'm going to add to the cart must have a unique ID. And this is the structure of the array, of the session array. So the session array is a big array, and inside it we will have key value pairs, where the key is the product ID and the value is the array itself, is this array that contains the information about that specific product. That way I will be able to recognize and distinguish between products that have been added to the cart.